make the blood to continue to gush out, to come out. Two, if you are not restless, that also, if you are not quiet, that will continue to make the blood to come out. This, I believe, it is what happened in that house. They did not occupy this point. They did not cover this point. They left it still open. And MOHBAD is restless.
Ricardo, before you go ahead, is MOHBAD's injury, is it arterial injury or just on the surface, based on what you have seen so far?
I am not a medical.
Okay, I need to stop you there of that narration because there's nothing
I
such.
also want to stop him.
Please.
Sorry, I also want to stop him. He said they did not take care of it at home. Does this start at home or from the show? Where? So
from the show.
When you are talking, you don't know that there are so many people that are very good listening and they are listening to what you are saying.
He started from the show, he started from the show right home.
Viper, okay, wait, Viper, wait. I have one question for you. I was just waiting for him to just land. Okay, now, in the report or whatever it is or it was that police has said so far, one thing is clear. There was profusion of blood. And when they say profusely, that adverb simply means in abundance. So if you want to, for the sake of all of us listening, if you want to understand when they say, like if I say, if I turn on the my, let's say, washing base tap, and if I say water comes out or gushes out profusely, do you know what that means? That means great force in abundance is coming up, boom, 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 boom. That's it. Do you get? So now,
we have to fault the police for.
No, you can't fault. You can't fault because you said they have done a very fantastic job. Don't fault.
Using that word profusely.
No, let's not fault. That's wrong again. You see, you're now in one breath. You're saying that they have done fantastic. In the same breath, you are saying that let's fault them. No, let's not fault them because they have done well. So let's just hang on to that. Done well, fantastically well. So now I want to ask you again. Did you ever hear, whether in the narration of nurse or in the narration of anybody in that house, that after MOHBAD bled profusely, non-stop, from the show Ikorodu down to Lekki, when they got home, did you ever hear that there was any attempt by any nurse or doctor to first of all stop the profuse bleeding? Did you hear?
No.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. You for being honest. So now, meaning that if there was no attempt to stop that profuse bleeding, that means that guy, because any profuse bleeding will never stop by itself unless being attended to. There's an attempt to stop it, and if there was no attempt to stop it, that person is gonna bleed and is gonna pass out. He's gonna, as a matter of fact, there was no way he could make it all the way from Ikorodu if he was bleeding profusely to Lekki without dying. So if someone is bleeding beside me profusely and I do not right away head to a nearby hospital, then that means I'm a killer. That means my intention is to watch that person die. That's what it means. Do you want to say something now?
He got home, a nurse came in, and then what did the nurse took into account before administering drugs?
Ricardo, don't forget. The nurse came in. Wait, don't forget. The nurse came in the following day after many hours.
Yeah, we are still on the same page. This guy has bled so
much. Was still alive, bleeding.
Yeah.
Do you know how many points of blood in our body?
The nurse should have advised.
Someone would bleed profusely from the show to home. I hope you know what you are saying. Do you know how many points of blood in our body? Do you know? Have you researched it? Have you Googled it? Have you learned about it? Just listen to what you are saying, brother. Someone bleed profusely from show to home, and the nurse came the following.
Continue, brother.
Not that they took him to the... What are you saying, brother? Listen to yourself, for goodness sake.
We just need to educate ourselves, that's all, to be honest, not abusing.
You know, sometimes when they speak, you just be listening to them. Does these people pass through primary school at all? Listen to yourself, brother. If you want to defend someone, defend the person intelligently. Do your research vividly before you come up to say you want to defend someone, you want to defend the police. The police fucked up. They fucked up in a big way. You understand? There are so many people here. They are not dumb, bro. So many of us has a master's degree. So many of us has a PhD. You understand? Don't think that you can just come and brainwash someone's brain. It's not done. So many of us we are well learned. And so many of us were schooled outside the shore of Nigeria, not in Nigeria. So sometimes when some of you come up to just say jargons, we just listen to you guys and be laughing.
Viper, do you know what? This is the thing, Ricardo, if you can hear me as well. This is the thing. I've always said something. Look, this is real life. This is not some movie. This is not game. Okay? This is real life. This is a real life matter, a real life incident. So now we've got to be very real. Look, I said something. I put this same question. I've asked one of I can't remember the lady. The lady's name is it's one of the women's supporters, strong supporters. So now I asked her the same question. At the end of the day, she actually eventually she I don't know, maybe she dropped or she got hung. So now this is the thing. We cannot. Let me tell you, the moment you take inside, the moment you are supporting anybody. In this case, homicide case, there is no way you can ever be how would I put it now? There's no way you can keep an open mind, and there's no way you can be honest with yourself. So what am I trying to say is this? That is why I've always been neutral. You have to maintain a high level of neutrality. You hold nobody allegiance. Every one of us should be about how will MOHBAD get justice, because you can never be. Like now, as we're here now, we are all members of a jury. And as a juror, you cannot owe your bias to one of the people whose matter is before you. And you expect not to be biased? As a matter of fact, you are unfit. You're going to be unfit to be one of the to be on that jury rather. So that is exactly what is happening here. The moment you have already taken a position, a stand with someone, it's going to be very hard for you to see truth, even when they push truth to your face sometimes. Until when they stamp it in your face or slap you with that truth.
I am not taking side. I am not taking side. I am just explaining the incident, the crime scene. That is what I'm just saying. Because I expected the nurse to have advised them that even if at all there is, having seen MOHBAD, the state he was, maybe he has lost so much, but she should have told them, okay, madam, God don't lose too much blood, though. We cannot do this, cannot do that. Even in hospital, they will first of all build up, but she answered all the questions that, did you come with any other mechanism to test MOHBAD's health condition, everything? She said no. So she faulted. This is negligence on her own side.
Ricardo, let me tell you. Do you know, let me tell you something. For you to know that story of injury on the whatever and the nurse is just nothing but a friction. It's a fiction, that's all. It's just nothing but a fiction now. This is how fictitious it is. Now, if indeed MOHBAD, something happened to the MOHBAD at that show or at that point, and he started bleeding profusely, as they claimed, let me not lie to you, I believe that all of them in that car, they can't be so heartless to the point that they won't know that the next line of action is to head straight away to the nearest, I repeat, hospital at Ikorodu. Nearest, they would dare not say they want to go to Lekki Island or whatever. No,
That
So that
is
is where you will know. Let me tell you, there was profusion indeed. Mohbad bled profusely, but where did Mohbad bleed profusely? If you were here on Papariano a few days ago when Dr. Kemi Olunloyo came, I can't remember the name of that area in the neck of Mohbad, in the casket where people after the exhumation, people saw blood. They were saying, "Oh, blood!" No. She actually explained it because she's a what's it called pharmacist. And she explaining that she's a doctor. That
It's the carotid artery. Yeah.
God bless you. That carrot artery. So that was what got busted. That was what there was a knife to that, and it got busted. The moment you punch there, and that person is gonna bleed to death. And if you see in that casket, that's the area. It's the area of that neck. That's where you found that stuff, the stuff that people call blood. That probably they buried him alive. No. So you see, this woman spent monies, thousands of money to carry out all of this very investigative, educative, some sort of research before coming up with all that. And you see, everything she said, so on point. Everything was 100% on point, right? Because I know. And everything he said, I'm coming. And everything he
Just
said
1
about.
minute before I hand
Okay,
over.
please go ahead, my papa.
Thank
Sorry.
you. To the person talking, the average adult human body contains around 10.5 pints of blood. 10.5. See, if you lose 1 pint of blood, you can't regain it in 2 days, no matter what you eat. You can't. You can't regain 1 pint of blood in a day, in 2 days. It's not possible, no matter what you eat. And if you dare lose more than 2 pints of blood in a day, you are gone. And for Mohbad to have bleed profusely from the show down home, they never took him to the hospital. The nurse never came home to treat him. They waited the following day, I think about 24 or 48 hours. And the nurse was still saying that when she came, Mohbad was saying, "Are you the nurse?" Abba. And the police said, and someone asks you, "Do you think that the police did a good job?" You say, "Yes." You know, when some of you came up to defend the police, sometimes we look at you guys as if it might be maybe a member of your family is among them. But bro, please, as Papariano have said, this is our country. If it's good for every one of us. If it's bad, it's bad for every one of us. But please, it's just an advice. If you want to defend someone, defend the person intelligently.
Piper, this man is honest. To be honest, I won't lie to you. This Ricardo Pring, she is so far. To be honest, I won't lie to you. I'm kind of because I have seen a lot of people that try to support Wunmi. If look, most of them, they I don't know. They sometimes I wonder, do they not have any conscience in them? Because this guy, to an extent, this guy probably is going to have a rethink. But most of these people, regardless what we say, no matter what you say, they tell you are saying nonsense. There's someone in this comment now, or last something or la la or whatever. Let me see. I wish this person can come up. This or more la or something like that. The person is saying that, so Kemi is actually, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo is mine. Look, go and check most of the analysis that I've made. Everything that I've said, they still all stand till date. I have said it, that there was profusion of blood. Mohbad bled profusely, and Mohbad bled profusely right under his roof in the house. Something happened to him. What happened to him? And when the issue of railings came up, the broken railings, I was one of the, on Thunder Fire, was the one that proved, even to a Wunmi supporter that brought Flora or whatever, that said there's a video on whatever, someone, I can't remember the guy's name, on Snapchat. I went there. I'm not one of you that some people, you're waiting for your host or whatever to tell you. No, you have brain. I've got brains. And look, I do my own thing. I use my brain. The moment you do not use your brain, someone else is going to come and help you use it. And when they use it, They will never use it to your own benefit. They will use it to your detriment.
Jack,
That's what your Nigerian government is doing to you.
hold it, beg. This railing thing, what do you want to prove with the railing thing?
Okay. Let's go there again. Let's get there. We don't necessarily have to agree, but let's just try again. So, with regards to what I said, what happened was the lady Flora, whatever she's called, was trying to say that the railings, they've been like that prior to Mohbad's death. And we checked the video of the night Mohbad went to that show, which she was even the one that brought it up, that directed us to that video. I can't, on Aya or whatever they call the guy, maybe Ayan or yeah, well, I can't even remember. So now, we went there, we saw it, and we checked it. We checked it. We checked the railings, the way they were as at the time Mama Mohbad. Some people went to, some governors or whatever, they went to Mama Mohbad's house, and Mama Mohbad was there. We saw it broken. At the end of the day, she had to come to agreement with us that indeed something happened to that railing, and police should find out what happened to the railings, because everything happened that night. That night, it has to be that night. So now, this is the thing. This is what I believe happened. There was definitely a struggle. There was a struggle. Mohbad is not that person that would just go down like a fart or something. No. So I believe there was a struggle. I believe that after he was stabbed in that place on the neck, I believe there was some kind of stampede. There was he ran after whoever did it. Wait. Let me finish. And probably because of the gushing of the blood, because there's a lot of blood led already from the room. Probably someone fell off that railing. There was an impact. Wait, there is nothing you can say from today to tomorrow. There was an impact on that railing. Railings don't just go down like that.
Please, don't insult my intelligence, please. Look, I have told you, this is just it's very simple. Had it been there was a fight between Wumi and Mohbad, there was a fight to the extent that a knife was used to stab his neck and he bled from that side. Why didn't the autopsy say that? Okay.
Wait. What have you been listening to? I just told you that the state, are you not getting it? The state and the police, they are your failure in this case. They failed this case. Okay, because they're trying to protect someone. They're trying to protect someone. Whoever they were trying to protect, I didn't even know all of those people, but I said something before. Now. I've said it several months ago. I said that, let me finish. I said that if indeed the monarch, the king, whose name Mohbad mentioned in his petition has got something to do with this homicide, there is no way till now that the Nigerian government, when I'm saying the Nigerian government, will allow Mohbad to get justice, because that person, that monarch, means a lot to the president of Nigeria, because he was then the state governor of Lagos, and he was the one that appointed the father of the present king. If you don't get it, you need to understand. But thank God, Dr. Kemi, is our own research has even brought up further that there are the people that are behind Mohbad's case. There are 2 monarchs, 2 or 3 senators, and 1 person in the presidency. I didn't even know all this. We were just doing normal. That is how police all over the world. We're not talking about Nigeria. That is how they operate. You have to use your brain. And you must have been watching crime, not just watching Nollywood movie or Nigerian nonsense movie that will not add nothing to and you're just watching the court process. That is not how things work.
Don't get BP for here. Just take it easy. Don't get BP for here. Look, if you are listening
my BP is like that of a baby, because nothing worries me. If you know me, my life, it's just like that of a baby.
That's good. I love that. Same with me here. Look, if you are listening to Kemi Olunloyo, she's the last person you should be listening to. She's the last person. Take it from me. She's the last person. So that aside, because you mentioned, I wanted to mention, when you mentioned Kemi Olunloyo, that in the casket, there was There was no report. There was no report that said there was a stabbing on Mohbad's neck.
Wait,
If,
you believe the autopsy again?
why won't I?
And wait. If we go there again now, you still come and say, oh, let us say that they didn't do the other. If we go there now, you're gonna fail again.
No.
Should we go there?
Why won't I believe the autopsy? Why
Should we
won't
go
I?
there now?
Why won't I?
Okay. This is it. Let's go there. You started. Let's go there. Now, you are talking about autopsy. Result of autopsy. The report of autopsy must be read, not at inquest. You must have determined the result of autopsy first before you set up an inquest. Wait. Do you guys do research? Do you read at all? That's the problem with Nigerians.
Jack.
You guys will not read on your own. You just listen to people.
Jack.
You listen to your government, and that's how they always fail you guys.
Jack,
May I quickly ask you, Ricardo?
Jack, wait.
Ricardo, does the autopsy picks up the broken neck, the broken spine? The answer is no. Go and read up the autopsy. Does it pick up the right broken legs? The answer is no. Go and read it up again, and then come back here.
Where did you get that report from that there was a broken leg and broken neck, broken spine?
Can't you see Mohbad's head in the coffin?
What do you mean?
What
do
are you
mean
talking
by
about?
that? This is the problem I have with you people. You say you see, but the government is telling you something. The medical is telling you all something.
The government is telling me, government my foot. Look at you.
That is where you get it wrong. Then when they release the government release these three, the case is still ongoing. Then they exonerated three. So what do you have to say to that?
Ricardo,
You just accept. Everybody accepted it. And that was
someone like you. It is people like you that will say, "Oh, the police they did the right thing by saying that your the 10-minute video has been deleted, and that is it. There's nothing that can be done about it. So they cannot write to Apple to get it." People like you, do you guys? Oh my God! Do you question things?
Look,
that is why Nigerian government will tell you that. Look. That is why Nigerian government will tell you that there's no hunger in Nigeria, and people are dying every day. Dollar to pound is like 2,000 something. Are you people? Are you? Why are you being unreasonable, man?
That's not the cause of Mohbad's death.
Because of Mohbad's death. So the 10-minute video, of Yomi. So you are saying that what police and Nigerian government what they're doing by not writing to Apple for the people to just know what is in that video. You are saying that is right? Is that what you're saying?
Look,
because when you people talk, I don't know what you're doing, man.
You listen now, or God take it easy. You are on too much.
Because you are not giving reasoning at any chance.
Because you are arguing blindly. Because you are arguing blindly.
Me arguing blindly. I'm arguing blindly, and we defeated you. We defeated you on the other one, on the profusely. Were you not defeated?
But Viper has corrected you.
Corrected you.
Nobody can bleed from Shagamu, from Ikorodu to Lekki, and you said profusely.
Is that not what we are saying? That is what we are saying. The police concocted. They make concussion. That nonsense report investigation was a concussion. Look, are you slow to understand? Because I'm serious. I don't deal with kids. I don't deal with kindergarten. The moment you frustrate me, you don't want to understand the simple thing that I'm saying, and you're still saying that I'm not making sense.
You are arguing.
It's not making sense between me and you.
If people like you can believe Kebiolu lawyer, then he's a minus.
No, Kemi lawyer to you. Kemi lawyer to you is a minus. Is that what you're saying?
Ricardo, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Ricardo, can I ask you a question?
Nigeria will never be good, to be honest. That's the truth.
Ricardo, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Did you believe the police did an investigation?
Again, yes.
Wait, now, tell me the difference between investigation and interrogation.
Whichever way you want to put it, whichever language, whichever grammar you want to use for it. What I know that the 15 people that were with Mohbad, those are the last people that were with him. They were interrogated or investigated or questioned.
No. Wait. Let me tell you something. I'm a researcher. I am a researcher. Let me tell you something. Police only did interrogation. They never did any investigation. You may ask me how and why. Now, in their report, police said MOHBAD bleed profusely. But they never said either from the show or from home. Let me tell you something. MOHBAD bleed profusely is a clause and is an uncompleted statement because they never said where it bleeded from, either from home or from the show. But so many of us believe it's from home, whereas some people said it from the show. Now, let us assume it's from the show. Have they, for once, carried out their investigation to the showground? Have they taken any sample of the blood on the floor on the showground to know, to ascertain if truly this is MOHBAD blood and where? See, when some of us are talking, we are not just talking for talking sake. We know what we are saying. You understand? The police never did any investigation. They only did interrogation. Now, let me tell you another thing. I've talked about the show. If police did an investigation, what and what did they discover from the house? Do you know the day MOHBAD died, or the second day, or the first week that he died? Do you know that if a DNA is being contacted in the house, do you know they will detect so many things? See, probably let me put this in Yoruba. We all know this. When you see some people engaging you and they are shouting or they are raising their voices because they are pained. They are not pained because of probably the way you are acting or the way you are reacting. They are pained because we want the best for the country, but we still have some people still dragging us back. You understand?
You
So
see, they are pained because the person or
Wait.
the person they wanted to be indicted is not being indicted.
See, let me tell you something, bro.
You're not getting it. You're wrong,
We
Ricardo.
are not.
You see, that's the problem. That just
we are
explained
not
to you.
pointing
Because you're a supporter of women, that's why you think in that line.
We are not
No.
pointing.
And then you're wrong.
We are not pointing accusing finger to anybody. If you care to know, we are not pointing accusing finger to anybody.
Good. That is good.
All we need and all we want is a country that we can be called and be proud of our home. So many of us don't live in Nigeria.
Then we still have a long way to go.
Then you have to start from you.
Viper, can I ask this, Ricardo? Ricardo, talking about the saying that the government, they're right on the autopsy, so we should believe what they say. Okay, now I want to ask you, what do you understand by a coroner?
Coroner is the one that we do the autopsy. They will take the body in. They will investigate the cause of death and every other thing.
So what is the process of a coroner? Can you explain to me?
I am not a coroner, so I don't know their process. So as a layman, that's what I know. They have to do the investigation of the body, what killed him. They give us the autopsy and every other thing. So the moment the autopsy is read, either it is read before the inquest or after the inquest, what I need is the result of the autopsy. I don't want to know when it was read, how it was read. So it was read, and then it stated clearly that there was no poisoning in his body, there was no stab wound, and there was no strangulation.
That's good enough. Let me now tell you something. You see the difference between, please everyone, let me just land on this one. You see the difference between Papariano and all of these other hosts is this. When Papariano hears something, or when there is something, when something comes up, he goes to do his own research, read. he reads about it, you do research about it, because you need to know about something before you can dabble into that something, because before you can open your mouth to say something about that thing. And let me tell you what I mean is this. I have used one example. Here. I said that if I want to carry out a project, if I want to embark on a project, and that project is in the domain that is not within my own domain, what do? I bring in SMEs, that's subject matter experts, the people who have the knowledge of the subject upon which I want to carry out a project. So now, why will I do that? It is just for me to be able to succeed at the end of the day. Not like I really am interested in that domain, but because my project has brought me to that domain. I have to bring in subject matter experts because I don't know so much about that domain, but they do. That's where they work. That's where they fit. They have first-hand experience, hands-on experience. So the same thing is what is applicable. And I want to tell you this from today, please, brother. It's just an advice anyway. And to anyone listening, if you want to go into something, whether you want to engage the service of a lawyer, or you want to engage the service of, let's say, someone to help you build let's say, a website or whatever, you yourself need to do your research about that thing. Before I engage the service of a lawyer, I would have done my investigation. I would have gotten all that I need to get. I would have done my own groundwork. So by the time I'm involving the lawyer, I'm telling the lawyer, this is what you're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what you're looking at. And the lawyer is agreeing with me. So not because the lawyer is agreeing with me, but because I've declined. No, because he has seen that I've done groundwork. But for you to just want to go into any area in life, you want to have a say, but you don't know nothing about that area. So when they lie to you, how will you know? You won't know because you know nothing about a coroner process, which you need to read about. So that if they put the cat before the horse, you say, oh, come on, there is something going on here. Because this thing can happen to any one of us here. It can happen, especially those that live in Nigeria, that have families in Nigeria. It can happen to any one of us. And when it happens, what do you learn from this MOHBAD case? How will you be able to defend yourself and defend your family from being cornered, from the government or the state playing a fast one on them? Is by you learning about everything. Knowledge is power. Without knowledge, you're dead. You think you're living, but you're not living. Without knowledge, it is very important for all of us. Otherwise, we would not be living. That's the truth. So now, you need to go and please. This just you don't have to do it. Hello, but try and read about anything about this case. Read about what is the process of a
Jack, let me come in. Okay, I think I've listened to you quite for a very long time now, and you are so much emphasizing on corona. Do you understand that even at the end of this corona setting, okay, that the DPP can withdraw the recommendation of corona?
Exactly.
Yeah, DPP can do no wrong. We know that. Yeah.
Now, wait. Okay, you are not. Let me put it in a way that it will not be that insulting. Okay, you don't have everything within your capability, like you are too knowledgeable. Okay, if you are making emphasis on a particular thing, all right, you are emphasizing more on corona, like corona is the alpha and omega of this particular case, when you know that at the absolute authority that has the do's and don'ts in this particular case is the Attorney General.
What you're saying now, I have said it here with papariano. We were the first person to say it. So don't just come here and just be saying that. So you want to educate? Who do you want to educate? Come on, bro.
Wait first. The reason
I know what you're saying. I know more that if I take you there now, you're going to run away. Should I take you there?
Wait first. Let me ask you a simple question. No worry, we'll come there. Anywhere you want us to go, we'll come there. But I want to make some.
Sorry, I know you very well. Just continue.
You have said a whole lot of things. You've been emphasizing on profusely. And you'll be making a whole lot of statements, and which is very, very wrong. So I'm here to clarify some certain things that you've said.
Go ahead.
Now, I believe that you are more knowledgeable and you have at least adequate information concerning what the police investigation results turned out to be, right?
Just continue. Whatever you want to say, just say. I'm listening.
Okay. From the police investigation, like we all know, okay, what was who were the actors that played parts in the direct event that contributed to MOHBAD being unalived?
Is that a question you're asking me?
That's the question, according to the Nigeria police.
Look, you see, sorry, I'm going to answer your question, but before I answer, I need to say this.
No, you don't need, no, don't go far. Let's just deal with the case. Let's deal with the matter. Let's don't make it too rowdy. Let's just hit the nail on the head.
Top movie, what did I just say? Did you just say that the Attorney General of the state has the right to cancel the coroner inquest?
That's not what I said. I said,
What
okay,
is it that
the DPP, okay, has the right to withdraw from coroner's recommendation. That is what I said. Even after every...
On what ground? On what ground? When you said DPP can withdraw from the coroner recommendation, on what ground?
Okay, section 211, okay, of the Constitution.
You are quoting the power of the Attorney General of the state, right?
Of course, the Attorney General of the state
is not talking about corona.
Now,
right?
the Attorney General of the state allocates that power to the DPP. Okay, the DPP is acting on behalf of the Attorney General of the state.
Power to prosecute, right?
Yes.
But what concerns prosecution concerns coroner inquest.
Of course, coroner is going to give recommendation for further investigation or for further advice on who ought to be charged or not.
So what do you mean by
DPP,
by the DPP will not follow the recommendation of the
the DPP has the power not to follow that recommendation.
On what ground? Okay, let's say for example now.
I have already quoted the section of the law. You are still asking me on what ground?
It's not about law. It's not about law. Let's say for example, the coroner did their findings.
It's about law. Don't say it's not about law. You're talking about judicial process.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't say it's not about law. It's about law.
Let's say the coroner. Let's. That's what I'm saying. Under what ground? Let's say coroner.
And I just quoted the ground. Are you
out of context? You are quoting it out of context.
I'm not talking.
I'm not quoting it out of context. It's very, the law is very clear and simple.
Stop moving. Any law you can read, I can read it. Please, let's speak in the position of the law. Okay. Now we are talking about section 211 and 174 and 174. Power for the Attorney General to prosecute or criminal case of the Constitution. Okay. And the DPP is an officer of the Attorney General. We all understand this. They have the right to continue and to discontinue any criminal case. I understand. But what I'm saying, in what ground?
Not just to continue and discontinue, to even prosecute.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't have issue with that. That's nothing. Okay. What I'm saying here, under what ground will the Attorney General of the state annul a criminal case or even reject the recommendation of the coroner? Let's say, for example, the coroner did its findings and come out with a cogent evidence convincing enough that MOHBAD was murdered. So, what do you now say to the law? You are not saying that even if that evidence is very cogent, that the DPP will turn it down?
Now, papariano, when you do your wine and twist, listen to me very well, because you are doing your wine and twist.
Because the statement you made is a convincing statement. Just tell me that at the end of the day.
You are doing your wine and twist. Let me put it on the right channel. All right, this is what I said. All right. Upon the conclusion of the coroner's whatever finding, okay, after recommendation, the DPP is the only authority that has that absolute right to decide to prosecute a particular suspect. He has the right to withdraw. Wait.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Please, that's wrong.
Wait,
that is wrong.
That is wrong. That is not wrong. Upon his word,
you use one adjective there. The adjective only is wrong.
He has the right to withdraw from
no.
Of the corona.
That is wrong. That is wrong. Please wait. What the law says, the only two power that has the right to prosecute all criminal case, it is either the police or the Ministry of Justice. That is the Attorney General of the state. All right. So, but
what is wrong about what I said? No. I never quoted this one. What is wrong about what I said? You said it's wrong. It's wrong. You just said what's the thing that I said that is wrong? Emphasize on it.
You said only the DPP can prosecute a case. I said no. Don't say only.
No. That wasn't what I said. Now you say you're doing your wine and twist. That is what you said now. That is not what I said.
What was your only? What did you use your only for?
I said that only the DPP has the power to withdraw from the recommendation of the corona. That's what I said. But you like to whine and twist.
No, what you just said right now when you were speaking. You just said something now
that wasn't what I said, Papariano. I didn't say that. You are doing your whine and twist. That was what I said.
Let's come back to the point.
So quote me the way I say things.
There are so many different grounds.
Whine and twist.
The objective of the Ministry of Justice is to ensure that all citizens under his care get justice. That is their mission. And in this case, for the Ministry of Justice or any officer heading the Ministry of Justice, for them to turn down any evidence, it means they don't find it liable. They don't find it criminally liable. All right? But what we will not say is that Corona will have a good evidence, a glaring evidence, and one office will just turn it down. No, we cannot preempt them. What we know is that at the end of the day, if the Ministry of Justice,
why did the DPP refuse to prosecute Naira Marley and Prime Boy? Are they not criminally liable?
Clearly stated. No, please wait. It is clearly stated.
Are they not criminally liable?
Question. Look at my question, please. No, don't say they are criminal. Please wait.
What do you mean they are not?
Let's make this straight.
Larry confirmed to the Nigeria police in his own honesty that he did physically confronted MOHBAD.
On what ground did the DPP set them free?
Do you know the ground?
Sure.
Was any ground quoted to you?
Yes. The ground at which they were set free is that they had no connection with the homicide case.
Talking about MOHBAD death. What about this assault and bullying?
While you are talking, and that is where I said that I question who investigated these people and what file was sent to the DPP.
From what you said, Papariano, you made it a general sense that they have every authority to prosecute anything that has to do with criminal liability. That is what you say.
You're not getting the point.
You're quoting a different thing entirely. Putting your direction in just the homicide case alone. What about the assault? Is that not a criminal thing?
Was the case of assault presented to the DPP?
Of course.
How do you know that?
Nigeria police said that they have already forwarded their investigation to the DPP.
Me myself,
and the investigation was centered around the bully, the assault, and the homicide cases. Why is Naira Marley and Sam Larry held?
I have analyzed this myself, and I've said that is areas where I expected.
Put it in a particular perspective. Don't say it in general.
When we say criminal case has so many different varieties.
What do you understand by criminal? What is a crime? What is a crime? What do you understand by crime?
Crime is an offense. There are so many offenses under a criminal case.
What kind of offense? Anything can be an offense. What is a crime? What is a crime?
They are all crime, okay? But the one that
wait. Let's establish that crime first, Papariano. Let's establish that crime. Is an act that is prohibited by a state and punishable by a state, right?
Sure.
So have they done that? Naira Marley, have they done that? Have they committed any act that is prohibited by a state?
That's something now. For we to say whether Naira Marley or Sam Larry has done anything unlawful, it has to be established by the authorities. So, and
The authorities, which authorities have the right to
that's the
investigate?
police.
Which authority?
Police
Which authority?
Police.
Okay, have the police established that fact?
That's what I'm saying. Police
Have they established the fact? Now, Papariano, you answer now.
Police have listed in their preliminary report that there was a case of assault, there was a case of cyberbullying or whatsoever. But
And
now,
there are numerous of evidences that back that up.
no problem. That's what I'm saying. Police investigated. That information is coming from the police. So we should be asking what charge was sent to the office of the DPP. Because the DPP was supposed to respond to the charge sent to them, which was a case of bullying, assault. Nowhere, police never charged Naira Marley and Samilari on the case of homicide.
Papariano, no. Papariano, see what you're saying now. Concerning the case of MOHBAD, all right? Police have nothing to tie them down with. That one is settled. We know that.
So
But in
where
case
did
of
the
bullying,
DPP?
assault, threat to life, they have numerous of evidences that find them wanting and criminally liable.
Sure.
And of all this investigation outcome and result was forwarded to the DPP. Now the DPP
How do you know that
refused to
report was given
prosecute
to them? How
them.
do you know?
Papariano, that's why I'm going. Papariano, that's why I'm going.
Wait, Jack.
To everybody that cares to listen and make use of it, that they have already forwarded that particular investigation
But
to the
now,
DPP.
that's what I'm telling you
Play
that.
it and listen to it,
But
and you learn from it.
come on now, I played that several times.
So why are you not saying they have not given it to the
Listen
DPP?
to this. CP Owonwa claim that they have filed all the charges and they are forwarded to the DPP. All right. So we now, as citizens,
File charges.
they have the charges, all the charges that were filed has been sent to the DPP.
Not charges. They said that their investigation has been filed and given. Not charges. They have not filed any charges on them.
How do you file a charge? That is to file it, to have it documented. You file it and then you send it to the next authority, right?
You file it in court. Are you talking about filing in court or giving the report of the investigation of what was investigated by the Nigeria police?
The police have filed
Their report.
all the charges that they had on the different suspects.
No. Their report upon investigation on all the suspects in the Nigeria police.
When I say I filed something, what do you understand by the word file?
You are talking about charge.
Yeah, that is it's documented, it's in a file, and then it's sent to the DPP.
No. It was the investigation report that they filed and sent.
That is what I'm saying now. What are you saying? When I say they filed the charges,
you're talking about charges. You are using the wrong word.
Let me ask you something. When police charge a suspect, police can charge a suspect, right?
On behalf of the Attorney General.
Oh my goodness.
Papariano, let me just say something, please. Quick.
Wait. Let's clear this. When police get to court, they are expected to bring a suspect with a particular charges, right?
Exactly.
So police are responsible for charging individual, right?
In court, yeah.
Oh my
They have
goodness.
the power. They have the power
Forget about court first. Forget about court. No one's talking about court. Before police bring you to court, I'm talking about charges. They count charges on you.
Of course, they will bring you forward to a particular
Do you
charges
know what
in
is called
court.
count charges? What is called count charges?
Of course, that's the act that police believe that you have committed.
Thank you very
That
much.
is being prohibited
that's
by a
I'm
state.
saying that the police have charged these guys with some particular offenses. That is in their investigation. They charge a suspect. Police has to charge a suspect.
No. This is what I'm
Crime.
saying. No. You're using the wrong word. This is what you should say. The police has investigated those suspects on a particular act that is prohibited by the state and forward those reports to the DPP
It's not
for their
report, it's a
legal
count
advice.
charge. It's a count charge.
Not
That's
the
how-
DPP will be the one to produce and prosecute those particular suspects with
No.
those count charges,
Police
not
can
the
prosecute.
police.
You are the one, and I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Police can prosecute a case. DPP can prosecute a case. It is the duty of the police to
When the
charge an
state takes
individual.
over, the police cannot prosecute the case.
It is difficult to have a discussion with you because basic things that you understand, you act as if you don't understand it.
No. You are using the wrong word. If you are using the right word, there is no how I will let it fly, but you're using the wrong word. Because what you're saying here now is that the police are the one charging those suspects to court. But what I'm telling you here is that the police have done their investigation and reported to the DPP because the DPP is representing the state. The DPP have decided to take over
When
the
I
case.
say police,
Now the DPP is the one
when
to
I say
prosecute
police
them.
has filed
The DPP
their
is going to be
charges,
the one to charge them to court.
police have filed their charges and they have sent it to the DPP. Whatever way you understand it, just understand that police have labeled some certain offenses to some certain people. Do you understand that language? Is that better for you? Police have labeled the suspect with some particular offenses and now forwarded to the DPP. Are you okay with that language?
Now, the police has forwarded. No. It's not okay. This is what I want you to understand. The police has forwarded their investigation report. Their investigation report concerning those suspects to the DPP to provide judicial advice and prosecute accordingly.
If I play you the police report and they said they charge individuals of some particular crime, what would you do about that? What would you say about that?
Papariano, the police have no right to charge when the DPP is on the case. The DPP is on the case. The police have no right to charge.
When I say charge, I've made it clear. That is the offense that were labeled, that were written on those suspects. What don't you understand then? Why are you just holding on things that, basic things that leads nowhere? What do you want to do?
No. It's for clarity's sake. It's not for only you. People are learning. People are listening.
Now, if I say that police can label an individual with a particular offense, right?
You say what?
Police can label an individual with a particular offense. Is that correct? Police can suspect you or label you or suspect you have committed a particular crime. That's correct, right?
Papariano, can I just help a little, please? Just a little, just something small. Now, this is the thing. This is what Papariano is trying to say is this.
Hello, Papariano, what did you say? Somebody called me.
Just forget about it. Just go on.
Okay.
Just go on.
This is the thing.
I was asking you a question before.
You don't get common ground. When you speak to you don't have a common ground. That's sometimes talking to him. Most time I don't like wasting I don't waste my time because basic things that you guys will easily sort out and go straight to the main point. With this guy, it's like they just send him just
Papariano, let's see whether you understand now.
Let's see whether you understand from him.
Let's see whether you understand
because he doesn't. There's nothing educative that he brings around. He came in
understand now.
He said that the Attorney General has a right, to not to cancel a corona inquest, and later on was changing it.
Papariano, this is the thing. What you're saying. This is the thing. Police are investigators as well as prosecutors. DPP are only prosecutors. DPP cannot prepare charges. It is the police when they conduct the investigation, they will send the whole file because every case that any individual brings to them, they open a file for that case. So they will send the department that is saddled with the responsibility to carry out investigation. They will do it. After doing it, they will send the report of the investigation to their legal department headed by OC Legal. So OC Legal will now look at the report and now decide that, this individual's so person is we're going to charge this person for this. This person indeed has committed so we need to charge him for this. So they will prepare all of those count charges, and it is all that. It is from the legal department that they will send that file. DPP will take over the file from the police, from their legal department. At that point, is because they don't want the police to prosecute that case. Maybe they've got some interest, whatever. So they take it over from the legal department. So what Papariano is saying is right. The charges are already there. in that file. Saying that they will send the file to DPP does not mean that they go to a court to file it and then take it. No, they just hand over the case file to DPP and then they remove their hands. But they will be the one that will prepare the charges for whoever individuals they deem fit that should be prosecuted based on their own investigation. That's what he's saying. I don't know what is hard for this guy to understand. I don't think this guy has gone through any criminal whatever. Probably he's not even doing researches. He just argues blindly, to be honest.
Okay, this is the police report. Let us hear it, where the police said that they mentioned the different charges on Naira Marley, Samilari, and then which I, Papariano, I'm expecting that the DPP should give us an advice, should respond to this, to the fact that these guys bullied MOHBAD, they beat MOHBAD, and in the police investigation, they were able to corroborate that effect. Police did not send any file of Naira Marley, being part of what killed MOHBAD or Samilari. The file that was sent to the DPP was a file of assault. Now, the DPP is coming back to us with a file of homicide, of killing. Are they trying to boycott, to skip the bully? That's the direction I was going before this guy stopped me on the case of charges or no charges. So guys, just hear it.
That this moves I, the suspects, who in consequence allegedly severally conspired, bullied, and assaulted the deceased. It was also asserted by some witnesses with corroborative video evidence that before his demise, MOHBAD had raised alarm that his life was being threatened, that he was being bullied and assaulted by Naira Marley and Samilari. Upon their arrest, Abdulaziz Abdeshin of Fashola, Naira Marley, and Samson Folami Balogun Samilari.
This is police investigation.
And allegations of complicity in the death of MOHBAD by pleading an alibi that they were both out of the country when the incident occurred, and they were not in any manner involved in the chain of events that occasions his eventual death between 10th to 12th September 2023. However, there are preponderance of evidence linking both Naira Marley and Samilari to the allegations of threat to life, cyber-stalking, and sundry crimes committed against MOHBAD in his lifetime, and they are being so held liable. Interim findings. From investigations so far conducted, it has been established as follows. 1. The chain of events that directly and specifically led to the death of Idelu Oladimeji Adoba, aka MOHBAD, occurred between 10th to 13th September 2023, and the location of incident stretched over Ikorodu and Lekki, Lagos. Feisayo Ogelenge, female, who as an auxiliary nurse administered multiple and highly potent injections, which triggered an immediate reaction that eventually occasioned the death of MOHBAD, is the principal suspect in the homicide case. Feisayo Ogelenge is not a qualified registered nurse, and her illegal and medical negligence are believed to have been directly responsible for the chain reactions and eventual death of MOHBAD at 15:43 hours on 12 September 2023. The time within which auxiliary nurse Ogelenge administered the injections on MOHBAD, through his reactions, convulsion, and eventual death, is confirmed to be within less than an hour, covering from 1440 hours when the principal suspect administered the set of injection, and 1543 hours when MOHBAD was confirmed dead at Kuramed Hospital. Aside her admittance to the consequences of her actions, the report of the medical panel that reviewed auxiliary nurse Felistayo's actions concluded that she went beyond her limitations as an auxiliary nurse by administering intravenously cetrazone on the disease, and that this, from their review, was the most likely cause of the anaphylactic reaction, which could have been promptly resolved and his death possibly prevented if the disease was treated in the hospital. Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owodunni Prime Board is also considered as complicit in the chain of events that led to the eventual death of MOHBAD, as the injury that culminated in actions which led to his death was sustained in the course of physical combat between him and MOHBAD. Ayobami Sodiq Splendid is also considered complicit in the homicide case for inviting Felisayo Ogedengbe, whom he knew.
You see, it's mentioning homicide case. It's mentioning homicide case for those ones
that eventually triggered reactions leading to MOHBAD's death. While Abdulaziz Fashola, Naira Marley, and Samson Balogun Sam Larry denied allegations of criminal liability in the death of MOHBAD and pleaded an alibi to justify their not being complicit in the incidents that occurred from 10 to 12 September 2023. There are ample electronic and credible witnesses evidence linking them to cyberbullying and cyberstalking, threat to life, assault, occasioning harm, and conduct likely to cause breach of the peace against the deceased in his lifetime, following their roles in the incidents that occurred at the Chandelier Club and Elegushi Beach in June 2023, as well as the alleged assaults on MOHBAD in October 2022 around the residence of Naira Marley at Lekki. Sam Larry admitted that he had multiple physical confrontations with MOHBAD to get him to refund the 2 million naira which he claimed he paid to the lead singer for a show which he claimed he did not honor. There are documentary evidence, international travel records, confirming that both Abdulaziz Fashola, Naira Marley, and Samson Balogun, alleged with Sam Larry, were not in Lagos, Nigeria, when the events that directly led to MOHBAD's death occurred between 10 to 12 September 2023. While Naira Marley was out of the country from 21st August to 3rd October when he reported and was arrested, when he returned and was arrested, Sam Larry was out of the country from 4th to 28th September when he also returned to the country and was arrested. On the demise of the deceased, his remains were buried at Ikorodu by his relatives on 13th September 2023, proud to the opera that greeted his death and which informed the launch of the homicide investigation. On 24th September 2023, the corpse was exhumed, and on same date at about 16:00 at, autopsy was performed on the remains of the deceased, and vital specimens were taken and sent to Lagos State DNA and Forensic Center for toxicology examination. The reports are still being awaited. Also being awaited is the official response from MBTTA on one of the viral videos containing allegations by the singer on his experience at the agency's Lagos office sometime in October 2022. Conclusion. Although the results of the autopsy and toxicology tests are being awaited, substantial grounds have been covered well enough by the Special Investigation Team to support the processing of the case file to the Director of Public Prosecution. Consequently, the case file is being duplicated and forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecution for vetting and legal advice, the outcome of which will inform further investigation, investigative actions, and prosecution. while reassuring that the command will sustain.
Can you hear the police saying they have sent the case file to the DPP? What case file was sent to the DPP? That was a case file containing the different offense that police wrote against those suspects. On Naramali and Samilari, their offense was assault and bullying, not attached to homicide case.
At the
That
moment,
was
at the moment yet.
exactly. That was a case filed sent to the DPP. Now we expected DPP to look into the file that was sent to them and then advise whether those case of assault, no case of homicide was sent to the DPP. It was a case of assault that was sent to the DPP. When DPP want to respond, they responded with the case of homicide and forgot about the case of bullies and assault that was sent to them that has clean evidence. This was a discussion I was going into. At the moment, I'll be mentioning that what is Wumi doing about this? Sure, you understand? Wumi fans, they will be pissed off. They will be pissed off immediately.
But can I say something though? Isn't it a way that DPP actually marketed the personality of Naramali and Sam Larry at that point, by not even mentioning anything to do with bully? When he said they were discharged and acquitted, and brought it out in the national newspaper as well.
That's why I'm saying that the charges.
That's favoritism and nepotism.
All the charges. In fact, I think the police was the one that took the case to magistrate court now. The whole thing is just confusing. But this is my own line of action here. I expected the wife of the deceased, who has been mentioning, my husband has been bullied. My husband has been bullied. Now your husband is released. Those who bullied your husband was released. What did you do? Can anybody show me any action that Wumi lawyer and Wumi has taken against Naramali and Samilari for the bullying of MOHBAD? Can anybody point to any reasonable action Wumi has taken? When I'm telling you that, you see, the game of these people, they just want to sway you away from what happened to MOHBAD. They want you to focus on whatever they want you to. They have no intention to see that MOHBAD get justice. They have no intent. That's why I'm telling you that no matter what, you should never agree with these guys when you involve in a discussion with them. Because in one mouth, they will tell you to depend on the police. Because police is not, we are telling police to investigate Wumi, investigate all the suspects. Those supporting Wumi will tell you, police has done so well, police has done so well. Why are you doubting police investigation? On another hand, police has freed Naramali and Samilari. Ask them, has police done well? And you will see them in the next line of action. They don't even know what to say.
Papariano, yeah,
in the
on
same
that
conversation, these people are so wicked. They are just here, they are just paid to make sure that they defend women at all costs, even if at the expense of police, not doing their job, not doing their job. Just save this girl. Just let MOHBAD die for nothing.
You say on that point, they have not done well. Yeah, they have not done well. The police have not done well. I mentioned this. They should not have released them.
Not even in that case. In general.
In general, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should not have released anybody. They should not have cleared anybody. But you, for accusing with me, what I'm thinking is that if after this case is over, the one that the one that is major is this homicide, which is major unto them now. I believe that is the reason Wumi and the lawyer are not taking action now.
No.
They cannot. They can. Oh, kiri meji bono lekono now. Kiri meji.
Ricardo, you
So you
cannot
want to? You want him to be? You want her to be defending two?
No, you cannot say that publicly and distract them. What are you
In
talking
this
about?
case of homicide, wait. In this case of homicide, women lawyer has petitioned people for defamation and even written a pre-action statement against different individuals.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware.
Defamation and assaulting. So why not focus on that of Naira Marley as well as Sam Larry?
Like I said, like I told you, I believe this can still come up. Even the state can still take it up.
No. Anything can still come up. Why are they focused on other things? They are trying to silence people rather. Forget about state. State has decided. It is only you who is affected who will bring it up again. State has decided. The decision of the DPP, the decision of the Ministry of Justice.
Even for not mentioning,
the house that is given the power to give justice has decided.
It's like giving those people accolades, and that's not good. You're giving them wings.
The right thing to be done is for either Baba MOHBAD, the family of MOHBAD, either Baba lawyer or woman lawyer, is to write and even take this portion of police investigation and refer it back to the office of the DPP. That this is the case that was sent to you. We want a reply. We want your advice on this case. Then let DPP now come and say that there's no evidence that Sam Larry or Naira Marley bullied MOHBAD. But the police is saying they did so. So what's going on? So that means that police investigation is shoddy. All of it is nonsense. Because someone is coming with a clear evidence. And police even confirmed, claim that there are so many witnesses. Both there's video evidence, there's witness evidence. What else do you need? What else do you need? You see? What else do the police need? We've given them everything. If na money we give them, if na food we give them, wetin police need?
You need to increase the salary overall in Nigeria. Maybe that
they have to fight for it.
Maybe that make them independent.
If we fight for it, they will not. If we citizens fight for it, they won't know the value. They are the one having low salaries. If they are not okay with their payment, let them speak up.
Papariano,
Let them speak up. It's not the right way to do it.
Papariano, let me tell you something. You see, this Nigerian police, the judiciary, all of these people, they are just weaponry to the governors and to the president. That's what they're like, weapons. They use them against the people when they need to use them. They use them to get whatever they want to do when they need to get that thing. So that's what they do. So I personally will not just blame the police, because somebody appointed the IG of the police and the commissioners of the police. So as you have said, the boss, the governor, is the only person who has got the power to call the Attorney General to order, as well as call the Commissioner of Police to order. The President has got the order to call his own Attorney General or IG or his AIG, whatever, to order. So why is nobody calling them to order? So it's the state. The state has failed. The state. These people, they act like demons. They act like mafians, like cartel. That's how they operate. So if the police has been given a standing instruction not to do nothing with regards to this case, then we should blame both the police and the people who gave them appointments, which is the government. That's my position, to be honest.
Oh, Mr. Ricardo has dropped. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that anybody are not siding with potential suspects. I don't even see them as anything. Their values becomes reduced. I don't see them as anything. Look at how crazy our society is with so many criminals. and we try to pick a very good case like this, seem as obvious as it is. And some individuals are working with other groups to try to destroy it, all because they want to make money from it. It's all money they want to make from it.
It's
All these
crazy.
kids, these little boys and girls they are sending to come to our platforms to come and cause distraction, it's because of money. These are people that they get old very soon. They begin to regret how they spend their
Of course,
their,
they'll
their,
pay for it.
their, their youthful age. And that's why you see that I hardly, if they will speak as reasonable people, I will listen to them. But anytime I see them, in fact, I will always bring, whenever you speak to anybody supporting Wunmi, always bring Wunmi subject in. And once you bring Wunmi subject in, that is where you should have discussion with them. That's the discussion you should be having with them.
Yeah. To me, I actually think someone should try very well. If it's possible for him to to make his name go down
The thing is this,
on
Richie,
yeah.
sometimes it's not even about Songulu. Okay? Sometimes it's not even about Songulu. This police we're talking about, who has the power to investigate, who appoints them? Who do
Yeah,
they
that's from the
answer
federal
to?
government, right?
They are answerable to who? To the governor? No.
No, to the federal government. That's right. But the Attorney General of the state, though, and the DPP are from the governor, right?
Hmm?
The Attorney General of the state and the DPP
Yeah,
is
sure.
coming from the governor's office,
The
right?
governors, exactly. Under the approval of the House of Assembly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Even if somebody wants to do the work, somebody will not leave his office down to MOHBAD has to be investigating. Sure you get. Because somebody will only alarm to the rightful authorities who are responsible for that duty. And if the police institution is corrupted and well corrupted, you get nothing out of it. You get nothing out of it, even as the governor. Because these are people who understand what is, they know, they are trained to regulate crime.
Papariano, I want to chip in something. You see, at the state level, the commissioner, they got the appointment from the governor. And at the state level, that's why all this Panti commission is being chosen. They are being controlled. They are under the control. They're still under the control of the state governor. It is the Alagbon that is strictly under the federal government's control. So that's the thing.
Mr. Jack, I came up because of that. I'm sorry, that is totally wrong. In every institution, the way it works all over the world is the way it works in Nigeria. In every institution, public institution in Nigeria, we have a department, or we have, like, let me just use a department that checkmates everybody's doing. Like the governor now, the executive, they have the legislators there to checkmate them. The police now, they have like an internal whatever, the provost to checkmate them. The judge, they have like a council. The lawyers, they have like an organization, which is the MBA. If you find somebody wanting, there are procedures. In Nigeria, there are procedures at which you can get that person, like, to account for his wrongdoing. But most times Nigeria, we don't like to go through any channel. We just like to complain about everything. If a police officer is wanting, if a soldier is wanting, you go to the what's it called, the MP. You tender your your complaint or your concern to to that institution. Most of the people that you see in Nigeria today, all these big names, until they have problem with the government, that is when you see their
Mbita, can I ask you a question?
that is almost everybody in Nigeria, one way or the other, or people that has
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
Ask your question,
This is my question to you. Have you ever gone through a criminal case in Nigeria or in Lagos to be precise, that you personally, it's your case and you have taken somebody to court, and the people you've taken to court, Lagos State government, as a matter of Ministry of Justice, is part of the people you've taken to court? Have you ever had that?
There are so many people that have taken government to court.
I'm talking to you now. Have you ever?
No, see. It doesn't really matter if somebody has. Hold on, brother.
I want to ask you another question. I'm the one asking you a question, not you. I'm the one asking you a question. You've answered that one, which is good.
I'm replying you. It doesn't really matter if I've done
that question is a valid question. That's your question. Can you substantiate it? It's not a valid question. You shouldn't be asking people those questions. Whether people have gone to criminal cases. Can you explain what you make?
Okay. Let me put it simple.
Civil case is different. Your criminal case is the government.
Let me put it simple.
So we don't need to put sentiment in everything that we do.
Let me make it simple for you.
No, I want to answer your question. We have seen so many people that have taken government to court and they won the case in court.
Let me make it simple for you. Don't worry about that. Let me make it simple for you. Now, I'm rephrasing the question now. I'm rephrasing the question. For you to just come up and say, oh, you're wrong about what you're saying, that means you really know well about what you're talking about. And now, what is wrong? What is wrong now? Is it wrong to say that the Attorney General of the state at the state level was appointed by the state governor? Is it wrong to say that the Attorney General controls the Ministry of Justice, who is an appointee of the governor at the state level, controls the DPP, and DPP is just a creation of the Ministry of Justice? So is it wrong again to say the police at the state level, Panti and whatever you call it, that the commissioner, they were given appointment by the governor? Is it wrong that at the federal level, the federal government controls the Attorney General of the federation at the federal level? Is it wrong to say that the federal government, who is the president,
I'm going to go down now.
Tinubu controls
Just hold on.
the OG of police? What is wrong there?
Let me say something, please. The police institution, they have their own mechanism.
Which mechanism?
The police institution, it is only the president that is the commander-in-chief of a nation. The governor does not control the police. The lowest rank in the Nigerian police force, the governor does not have any authority on it. Go and verify that fact. I will cite an example for you. There was a case in Magodo whereby one is it CSP or SP insulted the governor of Lagos State. This present governor, if people could remember, there was this land matter between one estate in Magodo last year or 2 years ago. He damned the governor, and there was nothing that happened to the police officer. Nothing. The police have their own hierarchy. There are ways we need to deal with stuff in Nigeria. If you have a complaint about police, there are ways. There are
state police. There's what you call state police, and there's what you call.
There's nothing like state police. There is nothing.
No. Nigeria doesn't have state police. Nigeria police is one.
There's nothing like
No,
state
no, 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 no,
police.
no,
Please.
no. No. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Paparano. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Wait, this is what I mean. I mean at the state level. I mean at the state level. The police at the state level. Okay, now what is different between Alagbon and Zone 2 and Panti? Can this guy tell me? This Mbati? Are you still there? Because he doesn't even understand what he's talking about.
But I think those are just division of police, like, police service, serving, like serving the federal units and serving the state as based
Exactly, Paparano.
But when it comes to the police themselves, I don't think we have state police in Nigeria. Nigerian police.
No, not state police like that. I didn't mean like state police like that. No.
When you look at it now, who appoints the IG of the Nigerian police? Is the president.
He's the president, yeah.
Exactly.
He's the president. And the IG controls all the whole police. You understand? But at the state level, the commissioner get the appointment from the governor.
No. That's where it's wrong. They are separated from the state. If you look at what happened recently between Governor Sanwo-Olu, I will try to play that. I will find that video right now. Governor Sanwo-Olu was passing an order to the police officer. He said he has an order from above to be there. He said he respects the governor, but it's not a subject of the governor. Let me find that video.
Who was the person that said that?
Let me find it. It's recent now. It's something recent.
Okay. I want to.
Governor Sanwo-Olu was saying, I'm the governor of this state. Do you know? It's not like America. I think in America there's state police, there's federal police, right?
But do you know what? Paparano? Do you know what? I want to know. Like, the reason why I'm interested is because I want to know if it is You see, the thing is this. Like Alagbon, for instance, they're representing federal AIG. Is the office of AIG is mounted there, so they can take up anything against Sanwo-Olu and nothing will happen, unless but something can happen because Sanwo-Olu's boss is at the federal level, which is Tinubu. But if it is a different party entirely, the federal Alagbon can actually do anything and nothing. So maybe the police officers you're talking about that said that to Sanwo-Olu, maybe they are federal. If it is Panti or whatever, Zone 2, he's got influence over them.
I don't know if I show it I don't know if I show it. Let me just play it when you get there.
You will not be audible enough. Listen.
Yeah, if I show it.
Side to ensure.
Where can I get this? Because I watched it that day and he was very helpless in front of those police.
Okay, Mr. Governor.
Okay, anyway, I'll just try to find it. I hope I find it.
Yeah, when you find the Paparano, I want you to find out again if those police they're talking about, if they are federal or they are like from Panti or Alagbon or they are from Panti or Zone 2 or whatever.
I think the stations. Gunners, come up. You can make clarity to this. Gunners, are you there? Come up, Gunners. Gunners for life. While looking for the video. Send request, come up, Gunners.
Because you can see Paparano, you can see that even MOHBAD, he was wise enough, he was smart enough by not going to Panti or Zone 2 or Zone whatever to go and file that petition that he filed. He went to the federal level to Alagbon to file.
But their division is not based on state. I don't think it's based on because it's state or not state. They are just serving in different command.
Yeah, but Alagbon is not like a command. Alagbon is a seat, is where you have the AIG, the second in command of the IG, seated in Lagos. So they are not just like zone 2 or zone whatever. No, they're not. And the only way the state governor, they usually influence cases at Alagbon is when the matter gets to when it passes through the investigative unit, and then it goes to the OC Lega for prosecution. Then they send DPP out to take over the case. They can get the DPP to take over the case from the police, because even though they are federal, Alagbon, every state, they've got control. The DPP has got control over the criminal matters, whatever, within that state. So they can still take it over, even at Alagbon, they can take it over. And they've done that several times. But that they will be able to influence the report, the investigation itself, it won't be easy as fancy.
Gunners, Abeg, stay comment section. If you want to come up and explain to us, you just the comment section. I say you should come up. If you have the
He said
information.
Alagbon is federal. Yes, Alagbon is federal. That's what we're saying.
That's not what we're asking him. Just let Gunnar be where they. Just here, let me play this. I don't want to show it on video. But maybe I hope you can hear it.
Superior. So Inspector General, so it's asked you to come. I'm here on the instruction of Inspector General of Police to the AGM and to the General of Police. I have spoken to the Attorney General. Okay. So he's not aware that you are here. We're expecting the call that we should send it. That's what I'm saying to you. Yes, sir. Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher.
Can you hear him? The governor he has informed the Attorney General that this was a land dispute in Magodo land dispute. So those police, I don't know under the order of who, they occupied the land. So the state government went in there, told them to leave. They said until the IG, until the IG contact them that they go nowhere.
You see now, you see what I feel, Papariano. Papariano, what I feel.
Let's play it.
What I feel is that that is from federal. Those police are federal. They're full federal. So that is why they are telling him that they need
we're expecting the call that we should send it. That's what I'm saying to you. Yes, sir. Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do? It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir. If you call, so where are your men? My men are here. They are all over the estates. How many men do you have here? I have several of them, sir. No, what number? I cannot precisely tell you the number. So even if anything happens to your men, you don't even know the number of men? I know the number of my men I have. So what is the number? We sought for some other people to join us. What is the number that you have here? I'm sorry, sir. Your Excellency. So you cannot even do an head count of the number you have? For the security purpose, I cannot say this is the figures. So you don't know the number of men? I know the number, but for security purpose, I cannot say this is the figures. So you know I'm the one talking to you? Yes, sir. So you're an assistant inspector, what? I'm a general police. Oh, CSP. Yes, sir. Okay. Right. So, President, don't worry. I'll make 2 phone calls.
The CSP.
One to the Inspector General of Police.
You see, these are federal police. They are very federal. Federal.
That want to do with federal.
I have spoken to him this morning and said he knows nothing about the fact that we are still here. Very illegal operation. They have absolutely nothing, and I'm the chief judge of the state. Not even with the Inspector General wrote me, and before I checked their provinces, he said, they are not from the Lagos State Police Command. Are you defining the governor's instruction? Right? They are not from Lagos State Police Command. He says it's come from Abuja, and I don't know what other interest do they have beyond just keeping peace of the country.
Those police were sent from Abuja.
An expectation that I will expect because they don't have any.
During his visit to the estate on Tuesday, invited all parties involved for a meeting in his office on Wednesday, January 5.
Anyway, so that's what I wanted to show you.
So, Papariano, that's it. They're federal. Those police of the federal. That's why it's clueless.
I will read the story. I will speak on it later.
That is why the governor was clueless, because they are federal.
We can get clarity on the case, and I will come back to it.
Mr. Jack, there is nothing like, as it is in Nigeria today, there is nothing like state policing. The
Bro,
police work. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Nobody is saying stay
No,
policing. You need to get things right.
Hold on, please. I just need to pass this information. The police, the Nigerian police work with signal. You get, and the signal goes like MAPO. That is the Inspector General of Police. You get, and you have the hierarchies, the commissioner and department. You have the commands. You get, you have the, what is it called? This police post. I'm trying to remember that one. So they have like an hierarchy at which they follow something. You have the MOPO and you have the conventional ones. Everybody takes order from their commander, either from the cell, from the, what's it called, from the DPO. You have the lowest ranking this time. I'm trying to remember in the station. There is this hierarchy that they follow. A police officer takes their order from their commander, not the governor. They can only respect a governor based on their relationship, because probably every state they usually have like a security meeting and every other stuff. But the only politician that can control police is the president, because he is in charge of every armed forces of the country. That is the way things work in everywhere in the world. You get, but all these institutions are there to checkmate themselves. You get what I'm saying? If something happened in America today,
Ask you a question. At
no,
that point,
hold on. You ask your question, bros. Please, let me just finish this. If something happened in America today, it is the responsibility of the head of that police unit to tender his resignation if he thinks something is definitely wrong from his own side. You get, if something is wrong in the political setting, probably the local setting or the state setting, it is the obligation of the person in charge to tender his or her resignation. But because of the way Nigeria is, that is why you feel that somebody has power, somebody has authority over any other person. People are meant to work from probably the unit command and every other stuff. There is hierarchy in everything. Even the judges, if they should do something, there is a body that will punish them. Even if the governor does anything bad, you have the state assembly there to impeach that governor. If his offense is an impeachable one, they will do it. In the assembly as well, if a legislator have done something wrong, there is a body there that is meant to like call the legislator into order. They recall. You can even recall. But most of this avenue, we don't use it because most of us feels like the institution will not work. Probably the institution is bigger than the people. But sometimes if people come together and do some of these things, the government will do their job. The institution will do it at the end of the day. But most times we just like to complain as a country. We just like to complain. Any if you go to any health sector, don't let me use Nigeria. Let me use Lagos State for instance now. Public institution in Lagos State. At least there is this complaint box that you see. You see it everywhere. Even in the mosques, in the churches, you see complaint box. That thing is meant for something. If you see something, you need to report it. But most of us will just say, somebody, if a police officer should collect bribe from your hand today, and you report that case, they do sack them now. But most of us will just say, motivation lower, God will fight for me. Sometimes we need to just make that move. Some people have made that move and they were successful in the move they made. But most of us normally believe that they've oppressed us and we have to leave it. People would even advise you. We've seen so many people that fought the government. F.R.A. Williams, Professor Jelili Omotola, Gani Faremi and Co. They fought the government and they won in some of their litigation and so. But we can't just continue to be thinking that government has the power. No, sometimes we just need to try our best. Mr. Jack, please. It's not like I'm trying to antagonize you, but sometimes those institutions, there are things there are some things in that institution that we can use to checkmate every institution in Nigeria and in the world.
Peter, okay, let me just quickly. Let me just say this. I've heard everything you said. I understand your position, to be honest, and I'm not. To be honest, I actually respect the position from where you're talking, because of course I would naturally talk like that if I didn't have some knowledge that I actually have right now. Do you get? So now the thing is this. First of all, I'm going to say something. May you never, or anyone here, may you guys never have any reason to have to go through Nigerian legal or justice system. Okay? May not anything that will happen to you that will even make you go through it will never happen. And especially the one that will actually involve whether state or Ministry of Justice or whatever. Because when you have it, that experience will force you to take your bag and baggages and leave that country without even seeking anybody's advice. That's what's going to happen at the end of the day. So now the thing is this. Look, the 1999 Constitution, upon which these people that call themselves, what they call themselves now, civilian government, they're ruling. They know what they're doing. That constitution belongs to the military. So they struck out some things that they think will not favor them. Then they left the ones that will favor them. That is why you see it is abnormal that power that is being arrogated, that is being given to the to the Attorney General of whether the state or the federal government, that he has that power of non-prosecute. He can stop any case. He can decide, is the alpha and omega of cases. If your case is to go for trial, he decides. If it is not to go to criminal court, he decides. That alone is an act of illegality. Look, I'm talking from point of knowledge to you. As they say, criminology is a cure for criminality. All of this lawlessness upon which Nigeria is founded is the basis, the reason why the people are suffering now. Because, take for instance, God forbid, you have this hypothetical daughter, and some people in your own presence and your neighbors, like I'm talking about 1,000 people witness it. One man takes a knife and slaughters your hypothetical daughter in front of everybody like this. And there is a video, sir. You guys videoed it. Do you know that the Attorney General of Lagos State or the Attorney General of Nigeria can actually say that even with all of these videos, evidence that you guys have, I'm still gonna say that there is no case to answer, that this case should not go for prosecution.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Papariano, can you come for? Look. The fact wait. We are talking from law now. The fact that the law gives him that power. So now, the fact that he has to act in the interest of the public does not mean that he has to necessarily, if he says, this is what I feel should happen, and I'm doing it because I'm doing it, and I know that I'm doing it in the public interest. That your daughter, there is no case for your daughter. There is nothing you or anybody on this earth can do. If you don't know that, go and read.
No,
Look, you
no,
need to do
bros,
research before you come and talk.
please. Nobody, no single individual or an institution can assert their authority on anything. That is why I said earlier that you have people checkmating each other. Institution, you have every department checkmating other. If somebody cannot just decide, this DPP advice now, it is just like a collaboration between some people. You can't just make that order. You can't just make that order, bros. You can't just make that order. If you make a funny order, they will investigate you now. Sometimes I don't get it sometimes when Nigerians we just tend to come online to tell ourselves that this our law is alien. Most of this our law is copied from the British law.
Mbita, have you heard Papariano? Have you read Papariano? Read this stuff I'm talking about now. He's gonna read it for you.
I totally understood what you said, but the issue is that most of the advice, if some Nigerians, the way we do things, we tend to play around with laws. You get it, but you can't just do it. If you do it and they suspect that this thing is foul play, you will be charged. You will be charged. You can't just if a case is clear. If a case is clear.
Listen. Even the court, up to Supreme Court, you don't get. They will tell you that the legal advice. The legal advice of Attorney General is final and cannot be contended. You can't contend it. It can't be contended.
But my brother, I kind of understand you. But before you give an advice, there's always a written note to your own advice. You get, we are doing this because of this. You can't just say there's no case to answer. No. There's always a reason. If you feel like this case can be won or this thing, they have people working. DPP has lawyers. They have people that would evaluate a case before they could send that stuff, their advice. It's not like you just come, one person will come. It's not the Attorney General is not the one making those assertions. He has people working on. He or she has people working under that institution that will advise that, oh, this is how we are going to prosecute this case. So this is how it is not like one person would. We are not in what's it called, the military area. Even the military area, there's always a council. It doesn't work like that. Oh, please, it doesn't work like that. Please, it's not like I'm antagonizing you. It doesn't work like that. Even the military, they have a council. The military council.
MBTTA, wait. You see one thing I love? You see, as you're talking, I'm just laughing. You're making me laugh, to be honest.
No,
I ever say that.
See, aside from corruption, let's just leave corruption out of this. Aside from corruption, whereby people like try to abuse power, look at those judges now. If you judge a case and they suspect that this thing, they can suspend you. You can even go to jail. We've seen judges that they've suspended in Nigeria. We've seen police that has been sacked. We've seen so many things. Is it not in Nigeria? We've seen police that they collected bribe and they caught them and they sacked them. So many cases like that. So we can't just be. Sometimes we need our institution to work. You get, but it is not like the way we put it. We tend to create so many fearsome reputations sometimes. Institution can work if we pressure the institution to work. Do you know that governors, we've had governor that was sacked or impeached is also institutional. So that's it, my brother.
What's going on? What's going on? Hello, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? So as I said, tomorrow I'm
Yeah,
very
papariano. We
tomorrow
can
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
address, maybe tomorrow any of this time I'm gonna make sure I come give complete comprehension about all these different police division. Just very quick run through, just like how I went through the Ministry of Justice. I talked about it, how it works, its essence, the appointees, and all of them. So I think dissecting that of the police division, all these counties, how it works, I think it's very necessary right now. So I'm gonna do that any of these days. So guys, be expecting so that we can know who and who to hold when we find ourselves in some certain problems. I want to renew my energy, and once I renew, I'm coming back to face all of you that label me baálẹ̀ orí afẹ́fẹ́. Mo ń bọ̀ wá bá yín o. I dey come. When una take see baálẹ̀, una go show me. But let me have this going first. Hungry no good. Sometimes when you are hungry, you just lost your sense. Don't forget, Baba MOHBAD na him go beg, na him go bend down for Baba go dobale for king that time. After one petition, Baba MOHBAD go dobale. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀, ẹ bá mi bá láṣejù kò jẹ́ rojú ṣe lé ayé mi, ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Introduction. This is MOHBAD. Sọ́kí nínú rẹ̀ tó gbẹ́nu dání. Ẹbí àbọ̀rọ̀ ní fọ́mọ́lù ẹ̀bí. Ẹni ọmọ yìí ní ìdájúdájú pé ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mọ kìí tọ ọ̀yá ẹ̀ o. Ìjẹsẹ̀ tó kọ̀ tó lóhùn ó jẹ̀kọ́ yọ. Ẹ bá mi wí fún. Ebi bá ti dé kò sẹ́ni tó máa kọ́. Ó ṣe kábà ló ní ilé olórí lọ́yà. Báyìí sádánà bàṣírù náà pa àyà náà. Ẹgbẹ́ orí ọmọdé wọ́n sì wá forí balẹ̀ ó di dandan. Wọ́n sì máa forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba àwọn ọba. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi dorí ó dorí bàbá oníbàtà pupa lálẹ́ orí afẹ́fẹ́ àtẹni tó gbàgbé ewédú. Ẹni gbé kó lajà òjàlè àwọn oní explanation. Ẹni tẹ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú bàbá oníbẹ̀bí. Ni mo fi sọ pé ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀ o, bẹ̀bẹ̀ o, bẹ̀bẹ̀ o. Ẹ má bá mi bá láṣẹ ìkọ̀jẹ̀ lójú ṣe lé ayé mi. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi bá láṣẹ ìkọ̀jẹ̀ lójú ṣe lé ayé mi. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀, bẹ̀bẹ̀, bẹ̀bẹ̀. Ẹ má bá mi bá láṣẹ ìkọ̀jẹ̀ lójú ṣe lé ayé mi. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀.
kò jẹ́ rojú ṣe lé ayé mi ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ má bá mi bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ṣojú o. Àwọn akúmu kan jẹ́ ìrókùráyè ṣe bàbá wọn. Nígbà tí mo bá kì í fẹ́ láyé alábà ló jẹ́ akọrin bí ẹni jẹ́ ọmọ. Ìgbà tí mo bá kì í tún papòdà àlọ́bà mọ̀ lórúkọ rẹ̀ o. Ẹ bá mi bá láṣejù kó jẹ́ ìrójú ṣayé mi. Ni mo fi sọ pé bá láró bá dáró owó ara rẹ̀ ní orí rẹ̀. Ó lọ́sùn tó lọ́rẹ̀ kò sùn o. Ẹ bá mi sọ fún pé ara rẹ̀ ní orí rẹ̀. Ni mo fi sọ pé ẹ wo ti Jésù mọ́ mi lára. Orí mi má ṣe gbà bọ́dé. Ẹ wo ti Jésù mọ́ mi lára. Orí mi má ṣe gbà bọ́dé. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi bá láṣejù kò jẹ́ rojú ṣe lé ayé mi. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Bàbá nínú rẹ̀ ni mo wà o. Mi ò ní kẹ́ni tó lọ bẹ̀ kó má jẹ̀kọ́. Bájọ́ bá gbé gungun àdọ́jọ́ balẹ̀ gbọ̀rọ̀. Ìdọ̀balẹ̀ mi rè fún gbogbo aráyé. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ fún mi lọ́nà tèmi o. Ẹ má dí mi lọ́wọ́. Ọwọ́ tèmi ni mo fẹ́. Ẹ fún mi lọ́nà tèmi. Ẹni bá yọ mí lẹ́nu bàbá. Lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu o. Ẹni bá yọ mí lẹ́nu bàbá. Lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu o. Ẹni bá fòrò mi bàbá. Fòrò wọn o. Ẹni bá fòrò mi bàbá. Fòrò wọn o. Ẹni bá dààmú mi bàbá. Dààmú wọn o. Ẹni bá dààmú mi bàbá. Dààmú wọn o. Ẹni bá yọ mí lẹ́nu bàbá. Lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu o. Ẹni bá yọ mí lẹ́nu bàbá. Lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu o. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ má bá mi bẹ̀bẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi bá láṣejù kò jẹ́ rojú ṣe lé ayé mi. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o.